a sensible balance between austerity and growth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hughes. I give the floor to Mr. Philippe de Backer.
Thank you, Chair. Dear Commissioner, the road towards a true economic and fiscal union to complement our monetary union is of course full of hurdles. The new legislation in force on economic governance, reinforced today with the voting of the two-pack in Parliament here, has given new tools to the Commission to ensure that Member States choose the right path of a growth-friendly fiscal consolidation, but also stick to their country-specific recommendations. And as a liberal, I truly believe that reforms of our economy and social systems, such as labour market reforms, pension reforms, should be at the heart of regaining competitiveness in the Eurozone. But the past months, unfortunately, we have seen that some Member States openly contradicted the country-specific recommendations. Let's take the example of France. They state that they will undo the pension reform and lower the retirement age. This is completely against the spirit of the recommendations given to France to ensure that older workers also stay in employment longer. Also in my own country, in Belgium, wage setting hampers regaining competitiveness, but socialist members of governments have openly said that they will not address this problem. And this is, I think, a perfect example of how countries choose not to show solidarity with other countries within the Eurozone. And as long as Member States keep on looking to other Member States to enlarge the competitiveness of the Union and are not able or willing to implement or reform in their own country, the fundamental economic crisis in Europe will not end. And I think we must ensure that Member States finally take the ownership of the European semester and implement the structural reforms needed. We must ensure that instead blaming the European Union for everything that goes wrong, Member States are made responsible and more accountable for their policies. As the Commission, you will have to ensure that Member States will put in practice what they preach. But how will you make sure that Member States within the Council show the necessary solidarity with each other and commit to the fiscal consolidation and structural reforms as requested through the European semester? Or allow also the European Union to be the frontrunner in attracting private investments to regain competitiveness and growth? I think true solidarity implies responsibility from all Member States. Member States should stop hiding behind Europe, but instead use the full potential that Europe has to get out of this crisis.
Thank you very much, dear colleague. I give the floor to Mr. Sven Giegold for 2 minutes.
Thank you, President. Yes, aus meiner Sicht ist das europäische Semester ein Kernstück der weiteren wirtschaftlichen Zusammenarbeit